Today's topic is karmic investors working in the light and with the light. What does that mean? What are we trying to convey? Now imagine we are on this planet as an experimental platform and we are looked at by councils. There are many confusing storylines to have the purpose of what? Exactly that, yes. To confuse you, not to really clarify what was going on and why we're on this planet and what we're here to do. So now imagine, let's play a game of certain individuals have come to this planet, such as I, with navigational protocols and inputs that are dormant until awakened to the certain knowledge download platforms that are waiting to be activated according to spiritual maturity. So also stating to when you go to the Bible with the 10 commandments, these are not commandments actually. You shall not is actually in the right translation, and that's for all books and anything written. It doesn't matter how far back it goes. You will not. Meaning by when this is activated, the central intelligence is reestablished. Your cosmic amnesia is dissolved. Disclosure is within you. You memorizing who you are. Easu, descendants of Ea. Remembering why you were brought here. Remembering the entire structure you were born into, the dysfunctionality. It's a long story. I'm going to try to break it down to make sense. First of all, with the karmic investment is an entanglement curse that has been established, meaning like you have a phenomenal product, I invest in that product, I own a certain amount of that product, then the control begins, and there's no more morality in the game, and it's all about making money, and consciousness is out the window. So, I represent what they will call the Arcturian Council. Either you have the knowledge and you acquire it and you know what that is and what this sun as in this ascended planet represents, or not. But listen to what I have to say and hear me out. So that's where I'm more relaying what billionaires or millionaires or rich people actually miss. You want immortality. You want the miracles. You want miracle healings. You want wellness. All of these good stuff, things that you dream of. But we don't have a facility that actually can bring forth that in a natural way without making it miraculous, making it more scientific and making it practical and applicable. I say that I have the knowledge for such device, room, chamber, place, or I call it the Star Seat, Starport Retreat Center for contact. Meaning that Earth needs to establish now the basis so our brothers and sisters can actually return. Sounds a little bit like Noah building the ark. Build it and they will come. But no more conspiracy or things that happened like when George Fantassel couldn't finish the Integratron and nobody has the money to replicate this thing or is willing to invest into anything that can rejuvenate or reset your cell structure. I can paint pictures right now. Maybe I'll do that in another video or in another timeline. Real simple. In order to get your body prepared for contact, first of all, you need to get into the human cell. You need to get into the information that comes from the central sun towards the cell. How is that established? By capturing photons and directing photons at a very high level. It can go from 10 to the 13th to 10 to the 23rd. Make it dimensional, if you will. Everything above 12 is refined and realigned light. And all the technology that you have will work different in that spectrum. I have to read a little bit of my points here so I'm not losing track here. This is a lot that wants to communicate here. Also, appealing to those with the Saint Germain Trust Fund. These are souls that will be called forth for karmic investment and not owning the technology, because we had this before. Why does these Tesla generators do not work? It's moral technology. You can't control or run it with financial interest. It has to be cosmic. You have to be about your awakening and really is turning the system and the body on. We also have inventions like you can say something like an ascension chamber where you will base these photonic cell batteries that I've created in slots, kind of like a Cerebro type thing that you've seen in what would you see that in X-Men for telepathic contact. But now imagine everybody is Xavier, everybody is an X-Man with all the skills imaginable, because your order is to fix this planet, and this is why you came here, and this is the protocol that you will be downloaded once you awaken. So the mission is, let's see. Understand this: Arcturian technologies, Syrian, Pleiadian, all of these technologies to assist mankind are being released as we speak. I have downloads, I have templates, I have scripts and schematics. What we need is now resources, land, and facilities to set it up, and the assistance without the control, meaning it has to be gifted. And I give you an example. It's not about to be rich quick. It has to be, now the modality has to be conscious capital, spiritual capital, independent and interdependent. Nobody owns anything. So here's what I did in the past as in Aquarian Morale. I had a record deal with BMG Music. Very big label. Very big advance that I got. Could have bought a house. But anyway, I had a DJ that needed support, and he needed a publisher. So I invested 20,000 euros into the guy, not asking for anything. Just saying, this is the budget, this is what you need. You need the machines, you need the drum machine, you need a studio, you want to get into your passion, and you want to start producing. The guy is now interdependent, doesn't owe me anything, is in his life, moved to another country, is established, now is a film artist, does his stuff in independence, interdependence. Now, I'm asking you, if people are out here and science and scientists that have stuff that actually do something, can we have investors? And this is by telepathic call. I'm calling you by telepathic impact, not by name. That you can come forth and say, how much do you need? What do you need to set up? That will also be your initiation into that priesthood. Meaning, like, I want to make sure that your IQ goes way above 220 with ease, not according to the tests that are on Earth, emotional body being balanced, cell structure being restructured, and you putting back into functionality. Remember the movie Elysium? You saw these beds where they check your DNA and they reread the code and they rewrite the code and they fix you. Well, you don't have to do this continuously. We want to establish a system that you are basically not... diseases and anything won't get to you anymore. So meaning restructuring the coding of your DNA, RNA, reset back to original settings, basically according to how the manufacturer had that in mind, how you should function. Then also, we are evaluated by telepathic and telepathic input. So if I talk to people that I'm calling them with my psyche. I'm not calling them with my name. And this, it has to make sense, and you have to be in resonance, and you have to feel something, and you want to be part of the cause. That's the idea. And then this school, or the mystery schools of Ra, will be established. Translates into mystery schools of light. Not about fame, not about being, I'm your guru, and without me, you're doomed. It's about, can we establish a self-aligning, self-reliable, self-responsible, sustainable system that can bring the human vessel back online. That's the basic template for making contact. We have people here that can establish contact and call the ships, but yet the human vessel is already, this is the conscious base. This is you are a conscious Stargate. If you do not fix this in time, it can take longer or less. I mean, there's people out here that are billionaires that I don't know, that sit on real estate or I don't know, $200 billion. What are we doing with our energy distribution system? We are looked at. Our consciousness, what are we doing with? So, I guarantee you, if you can levitate, breathe underwater, teleport, contact your ancestral lineage in the astral and beyond, social media will be less interesting. Movies and entertainment are just entertainment or distraction. So, who will be out there in the woods talking to the elementals? To the trees? Who will be in the waters talking to the amphibious beings that actually genuinely wish to make contact and have communication on a level where you can understand complete sentences? You don't even understand the level of how crippled we are that we can't understand each other. Meaning even somebody that's out there on the net that can communicate with you, they have no telepathic link. Here's the thing, and it doesn't matter if you're an agent, if you work for the dark side, right side, light side, middle side, bright side, light team, dark team, whatever you want to call it. All of these labels confusing because these are words that describe images that stay. And in the universe, nothing ever stays. It's interchangeable, interdependent, and always subject to what is the picture. The original language were pictorial, not words. That came later on with the control. Let's say 30,000 years, they changed the pictorial images, Sumerian, and then words came, and then the words got split into all the languages that are all over the planet. It's all a coding. So if we get that coding back to one language so we can understand each other, we can see each other clearly and telepathically be in connection and contact, then we can distribute the energy as in a monetary system that we have and unentangle ourselves from contracts that bind us. That's why, let's say you're an investor, you want to buy, a Tesla generator, and the minute you buy that thing, you turn it on, it shuts off. It's moral technology. You can't own that. You can pay an exchange for things that need to be in balance and need to be put out and set up so the stuff will work. I have to prove this thing here. You put that on a Peterbilt truck, you save 9 miles to the gallon. That's $1,000 a week. But yet the universe is asleep, and nobody knows what it is. A few people, when I do this here over the camera, you can sense it because this is shooting photons through the camera system. It can also mean that stuff in your room right now will go crazy, or you feel like you put your hand in front of the monitor, you feel like an ionic flow dropping. We have stuff here that is already mind-blowing. I can set up a weather machine like an AC. Let's say you live in an environment, you have 110 degrees. We can drop that by 20 degrees. We can ionize the air outside, solar powered, and other things that we have up our sleeves, which we will demonstrate when we see that the people are fit to witness that. Before that, all documented, all saved on 50 million servers, backed up, copied, released, and passworded, encrypted, and proton mailed, and everything is out there ready for release. And if I don't do it, somebody else will do it. But I'm dropping this right now. Disclosure is here. You want contact, get the ball rolling. Also, what are you willing to invest in? What are you a member of, I appreciate my clients and my friends because you're investing in actually what I'm doing, and this is in all transparency what I'm giving. And if this gets bigger or a bigger house or a bigger studio, I will film that too and then show that this is what we have accomplished. This is what's happening right now. I'll show you. I show in my video where I'm renting a Chevy, what I'm actually doing with the fuel as I'm harmonizing the car, copying basically fields of the car back to the zero field and copying it back, leaning into zero fielding, which is a whole other technology which is already being released. It's called zero fielding, meaning look at the field behind me. See, fields have informational patterns and structure, and if you can get into these structures, you can harmonize and bring the system back. That's what we want to do with the human race, hence contact, meaning a starseed, starport, retreat center, for contact, where you can heal the vessel, bring the body back, bring the memories back, train the brain, bring the IQ back up, bring the autoimmune system back to actually where it needs to be on a light level so we can actually communicate with our innerverse and outerverse and universe. Building the cities of light, we need material for that. The call is out, you heard it first. So karmically, what I said, the karmic investor is working with the light. A karmic investor means that's a being that has buku dollars or whatever material they have, and they don't die if they, let's say, here's 10 million or here's 20 million dollars. And again, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's about to establish a system that many people can turn into me and say what I'm saying, and the self-aligning can begin. It is already here, but I see the struggle. I look at Mr. Wilcock, Corey Good, Stephen Greer, all of those people. Where's the support? Like the humongous support where we can come together in a think tank and set up stuff that's working. Yes, me personally, whether I'm a representative of the Arcturian Council or psychologically that makes sense to you or not, I'm tired of, like I can say, I want to buy a generator. You have a magnetic motor here, whatever, $2,000, I invest, I buy. But yeah, everybody fails to deliver something that actually has a function that works. If you go to my store, my stuff works. There's no question. No reclamation. Now, no more myth. The strategy is now to wake up and make sense. I'm tired of watching YouTube videos where people just illustrate everything they can illustrate as a mimicry that doesn't heal cancer. They're so fantastic, they're so talented, and they're so out there, and it's like sell your soul for all I care to the void and dissolve yourself in nothingness, and you have, 20 million views. Or somebody that's conscious is here actually for planetary repair. We can bring riverbeds back. The Nile River we can reactivate and bring back. We have the technology. It's already here. All it is like, turn me into this, I don't know, Tony Stark Industries, and we can do it. Having the riverbed flowing through alkaline structured water systems, solar powered pumps, and you'll see the Nile River clearing up through the years. Or the what's it called? There's another riverbed, and I have to really think. Pardon me. It's the not the Nile River. It has been polluted. That's where the how do you say, the current goes through the Gulf. The Gulf Stream is messed up. Messes up the entire Earth, the entire pockets, cooling volcano systems. Everything is interconnected, if you hadn't noticed. So the Gulf Stream needs to be super alkalized so it can realign, and the oil pockets can dissolve and turn into plankton, into chlorophyll. Done by a guy named Ido, called Ido Water. Google it for yourself. The dude can turn oil from your car in 5 minutes into chlorophyll. The technologies have been released. We are here. Now, where are our karmic investors? And I'm talking about big guns that really understand what I'm saying, understand the energy current. I'm like Black Xavier right now, and I have stuff, and I do it myself step by step, which is a little bit slow, that is mind-blowing once you sit in it. Total Recall, you want a Total Recall chair? We can set that up and build that with DNA reset and bring you back online. But you need to have the capacity even to handle your recall so you understand who you are and why you are here. So that is less shocking for people. We want to build like something like an interdimensional decompression chamber with an interdimensional landing platform where electricity is not required. And mind you, you're living in a square lodge. You have 60 hertz pumping in your fridge, which is the worst EMF place in the place. And as long as we run parasitic electricity based on 60 hertz, or go to Germany 50 hertz, you're staying asleep. Your pineal gland is on defense. It'll lock up. You're not going anywhere. Understand, if you go to the woods, way away from the cities, let's say for 2 to 3 weeks max, for whatever you can afford, without electricity, and you have your own food and you're cooking, you will see how you wake up and your senses kick back in naturally, because your pineal gland sends out a ping, a signal, and it waits for a response. And as long as there's not an intelligent nature response, guess what? It calcifies in your puberty, shuts down, and all your psyche shut down, and your intelligence shuts down. So for our indigo kids and crystal kids, it's very, very tough. You look at Jaden and Willow Smith, they already get the downloads. They talk about third eyes, holographic matrix, talking about slowing and speeding up time in their perception. This is what you will able to do. Read on China's super psychics. You are the X-Men. You are what they call the mutant, but you have problems identifying yourself with that because you're xenophobic, fear of a different race, fear of a different everything. Once you get telepathic clarity, racism becomes a joke because it's draconian based by royal slave markers who was to be the supreme race. And the chase for nothing. And at the end of the day, that nothing cannot go into the ascension bus. As I'm communicating that to you, know this, I'm the ascension bus. It's either you're on the bus or you'll miss the bus. We're not coming back to pick up people that can't or won't make up their mind. This is pretty very, very clear. We are setting it up step by step, with or without the help of karmic investors. It'll be done. It'll be commenced. We're here to set up angelic empires, and there are 356 confederate planets that are Earth-like, according to my knowledge, that depend on Earth resonance that go up and set it in gear. So we need to do it now. It can be done now. All we have to do is pick certain elements, move our resources. You seen how much land we have in the US, and you're talking about we're overpopulated, and there's thousands of miles where there's nothing, and we can build. Everything is here. All the possibilities of cities of light, all the stuff, crystalline structures, waters, gold, everything is here to build the technologies we need to also go one day interstellar, make contact. And the sooner we get this together and understand this bigger picture, stop thinking so small, because all the media shows us is a trap. And we have to get out of it, and it's very tough to hold that frequency. Even for me, I can't hold this every day. I can propagate this, put the video out, and let it do its spin. And then I say to the universe, if you hear me and this is you, and there's a response, you don't understand. There's, I don't know, there's rich people out there, they want to buy karmic points. Talking about karmic points, you want karmic points. If you can help to establish a system that can bring people back online, the rewards for what's coming to you karmically and energetically are beyond gold and money, as in the elevation of the soul, which is what is required for everybody. You can go higher decks or you can go lower decks. The choice is yours. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. Or you can get with this because this is where it's at. So, on that note, I most definitely see more participants, more subscribers. Pay attention. It's going to be miraculous in the next coming years. I will film the progress I will build bigger machinery, bigger stuff. There's more stuff going on. Read the testimonials and get in gear, get well, get good, get consciousness, get online, and then we can go back home. And we all want to go back home, which is namely here. Rightfully so. Rites of passage. You're the gold. It's not about me. It's about you. So the Arcturian Council, the Orion Council, Syrian Council, Pleiadian, the Vegan, all of these races are here looking at us now. What are they going to do? We are being evaluated. So we can play ourselves like monkeys and continue this game and run the hamster wheel, or somebody stops and says, well, I'm getting out of this wheel. I'm getting out of this matrix here and I'm changing it. Yes, we're making changes. Yes, we're making progress, but we can accelerate. All of us can get together and accelerate. And I hope you hear me. Ra for president. No, I'm joking. All we need is community leaders, tribal leaders, and right minds and conscious capital, interdependent, free of contracts, initiatives, and initiates that follow the protocol and get the message, get into the books that you're supposed to read. So check the Terra Papers, check Anton Park's The Garden of Eden, The Secret of Dark Stars. Check Dan Winter, get into technology, expand your mind, and open up to the possibilities that are out there because they are infinite. Namely, you. Catch you on the flip side. Peace.